जय श्री श्री गुरु गौरांग गंधारी के गिरिधारी शिष्य राधा विनोद बिहारी जू की जय। श्री गोविंद गोपीनाथ मरन मोहन जू की जय। नित्यालल प्रविष्टम विष्णुपार शतर शत शिशुमार भक्तिवेदांत नारायण गोसाई महाराज श्री गुरुदेव की जय। नित्यालल प्रविष्टम विष्णुपार शतर शत शिशुमार भक्तिवेदांत वामन गोसाई महाराज की जय। नित्यालल प्रविष्टम विष्णुपार शतर शत शिशुमार भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी महाराज श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। नित्यालल प्रविष्टम विष्णुपार शतर शत शिशुमार भक्ति प्रज्ञान केशव गोसाई महाराज की जय। नित्यालल प्रविष्टम विष्णुपार शतर शत शिशुमार भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोसाई प्रभुपाद की जय। नित्यालल प्रविष्टम विष्णुपार शतर शत शिशुमार भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोसाई प्रभुपाद की जय। नित्यालल प्रविष्ट महाभागवत श्री गौरकिशोरदास बाबूजी महाराज की जय। नित्यालल प्रविष्ट श्री सच्चिदानंद भक्ति विनोद ठाकुर की जय। नित्यालल प्रविष्ट वैष्णव सार्वभौम श्री जगन्नाथ दास बाबूजी महाराज की जय। श्री रूपानु गौरिय गुरु वर्ग की जय। श्री रूप सनातन भट्ट रघुनाथ श्री जीव गोपाल भट्टदास रघुनाथ शौर गोसाई प्रभु की जय। श्री स्वरूप दामोदर राय रामानंदारी श्री गौर पार्षद वृंद की जय। नाम जय श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधार श्रीवासरी गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री क्षेत्र मंडल गौर मंडल ब्रज मंडल मथुर वृंदावन धाम की जय। सर्व अभिष्ट प्रदात गिरिराज महाराज की जय। श्री राधा कुंड श्याम कुंड की जय। श्री यमुना देवी गंगा देवी की जय। श्री तुलसी महारानी वृंद देवी की जय। श्री हरि नाम संकीर्तन की जय। जय श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपी गान की जय। सर्व देवी गान की जय। सर्व गान की जय। All the Variṣṭha sakhīs, we went to Lalita Devi, Vishaka Devi, Champakalata, Chitra, Indulekha, Sudevī, Raṅgadevī. All the Ashtasakis ki jai. Jai Śrīla Rūpa Gosvāmī's Rādhā-Kṛṣṇa-gaṇoddeśa-dīpikā ki jai. Jai Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Samagata Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Shri Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol. Hare Krishna. One second, let me just move. Okay. Right, Hare Krishna. Guru Mangacharan. Jnanatirmirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Guruve Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Tadalaye Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadbhaktaya Namo Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Tavai vasmi na jivami tvaya vina iti vegaya devi tvam nayamam charanantikam bhaktya vihina aparadha lakshay shikashtakamaddhitaranga kripa mai tvam sharanam prapanna vrinde namaste charanaravind. I don't know what happened.
Now your sound is wonky.
The internet. Maybe I should get my.
Yes, some other solution is a good idea.
Haribo, Haribo.
Yes, Haribo. You're frozen, Madhukar?
No. Okay. I'm going to get another mic. One sec.
Okay.
I'm just switching. Can you hear me? I'm
Yes.
just switching over to. Okay, I'm just switching over to my mobile data. Just 1 second. Where is it? Can you hear me okay now?
We can hear you, yes. And video
Okay,
seems to be working also.
Okay, great. Sorry about that. I don't know what's up with my Wi-Fi. It's weird.
Send
All right, well, welcome to our, what is it? Our sixth or fifth reading of Rādhā-Kṛṣṇa-gaṇoddeśa-dīpikā. Dandavat pranams, Sarveshwari Mataji, Satya Mataji, Anadi Krishna Prabhu, Nri Hari Prabhu, Bhavatarani Mataji, Ashray Prabhu. Let's see on YouTube and Facebook who is there. And Krishnamai Didi, Haribol, and one other devotee. Dandavat pranams. All right, so let's begin. Oh, and Hare Krishna Champak Mataji. Okay, so I'm gonna share my screen and we will start. Okay, so yesterday we read about the details of, let's just see quickly how this is organized. So first in Rādhā-Kṛṣṇa-gaṇoddeśa-dīpikā, first there is description of Sri Krishna's family, Sri Krishna Parivaraha. Then the Krishna's family is divided into three categories. There are the herdsmen, there are the brahmanas, and then there are the craftsmen. And then it went through all the different personalities honored by Sri Krishna. It went through his grandfather and his mother and father, his aunts and uncles, and his grandfathers and grandmothers, all those who were like that. So mostly in Vatsalya Ras. And then we read about, then we went to on the topic of Yutha, the different groups of gopis. And there are the most exalted gopis, the Variṣṭha gopis. Variṣṭha sakhīs, and those are Lalita Devi, Vishaka, Champakalata, Chitra, Tuṅgavidyā, Indulekha, Raṅgadevī, and Sudevī. And then the exalted sakhīs, which are Kalavati, Shubhangada, Hiranyangi, Ratnalekha, Shikavati, Kandarpa Manjari, Pulakalika, and Ananga Manjari. So the Variṣṭha, the most exalted, and the Vara, the exalted gopis. And then we went through the general activities of the contemporary sakhīs. And so now there's a description of the 8 prominent sakhīs. Ashtasakhi Charitam. So the 8 prominent sakhīs are already portrayed in this book. It is nevertheless essential to note here that the earlier descriptions dealt with their looks, their family, and so forth. But now the services performed by them and the sakhīs under their guidance will be described. And so first was Lalita Devi. The Paramaprishta sakhīs, also known as the Priyanarma sakhīs, are considered to be the most prominent of all the Niyukta sakhīs, of all the sakhīs that serve Krishna intimately, nearby. That serve him nearby, intimately. Shri Lalita Devi is even the leader of all the Paramaprishta sakhīs, of all the Ashta sakhīs. She is the leader. Shri Lalita knows very well all of Shri Krishna's and Shri Radha's and Shri Krishna's transcendental emotions. She arranges both their meetings and their loving quarrels. Because she is in Radha's party, she sometimes suddenly even offends Madhav. When loving quarrels, as well as arrogant words, retorts, and arguments take place, Shri Lalita sometimes becomes filled with great anger. And sometimes, when her sentiments become one with Shri Radha's, she lowers her face, accepting Radha's mood. At that time, she becomes covered by her friend Shri Radha's effulgent complexion, which is like molten gold, even though her own complexion resembles Gorochana. Sometimes at the time of loving quarrels, Shri Lalita zealously incites Shri Radha's jealous anger by giving her the right intelligence for that occasion. Sometimes, together with Bhagavati Purnamasi and others, she herself arranges Shri Radha's meetings with Krishna. But when the time of meeting comes, she becomes indifferent. Shri Lalita is expert in making ornaments, parasols, and beds out of flowers, as well as constructing secluded places suitable for intimate conversations. She is also skillful in magic and making riddles. Shri Lalita is a supervisor of the maidservants who perform tambul seva, and she's also of the Kinnara Kishoris. And the footnote said that they have heads of horses engaged in the Madan Madini garden. She's also the supervisor of the maidservants who protect flower vines, betel vines, as well as betel nut trees. She's the supervisor of the Vanadevis, the forest goddesses, and even of those maidens who are esteemed in venerable groups. So it seems like out of all the sakhīs, all the gopis, Lalita Devi is probably the most respected, the most honored by everybody. She's the oldest also, isn't she? I think so. I mean, of the sakhīs and Radharani's party, I'm guessing. The previously described 8 dear sakhīs of the Vara group, like Ratnalekha, are always completely submissive to Shri Lalita Devi. Of the 8 sakhīs that serve under the guidance of Shri Lalita, Ratnaprabha and Ratikala are well known, and they are endowed with good qualities, beauty, dexterity, charm, and so forth. Then we read about all the different kinds of flower decorations made by Shri Lalita. And that was the crowns, hairbands, ear ornaments, forehead decorations, necklaces, upper arm bracelets, waist belts, ankle bells, bangles, feet decorations, bodices, and many others. And that was so detailed that it took up like probably half of our reading, or more than half of our reading, just going into all the details of all those ornaments. But yeah, very specific how they were all arranged. See how long this goes for? Okay, now Vishaka. She Vishaka is in her fresh blooming youth and is the personification of the highest auspiciousness. She is a Priyanarma Sakhi, also Parama Prishta Sakhi, and she is proficient in all areas. She gives faultless and useful advice and is highly expert in speaking joking words in Sri Govinda's presence. She is especially competent in understanding the sentiments of Sri Radha and Sri Krishna and skillfully and intelligently carrying out the duties of a messenger. She knows well all the schemes regarding the art of love, that is, how to bring the hero to the heroine. She also knows all the means to nourish this meaning. Sama, negotiations to get mutual agreement. Dan, alluring the hero. Bhed, sowing discord, and so forth. Shri Vishaka shows great expertise in using substances like red ochre to plant beautiful and enchanting pictures of creepers, flowers, and so forth on various parts of the body. She is expert in stringing garlands and flower wreaths for head decorations. She is skillful in Sarvatobhadra Mandala, which means painting auspicious diagrams, mandalas, in multicolors on doors and other places. Sarvatobhadra Mandala also refers to a style of writing poems mentioned in the acrostics, Chitra Kavya section of Kavya Shastra, the scriptures delineating poetry. Employing this style, Vishaka intelligently composes poetry containing double meanings by using variegated aphorisms, sutras. Thus, she continually displays her extraordinary deftness. She is talented in using words to bewilder people and other similar activities. Everything in Braj is so secret and indirect, and everything has hidden meanings and like that. They're able to communicate openly in a way that nobody else can understand what they're actually saying. It's like very cryptic. She is expert in preparing the various ingredients for the worship of the sun god and singing songs in different languages and singing with styles like Drupad and in writing poetry. I'm just thinking, I remember we used to learn these different languages like Alibi and Pig Latin and stuff like that. And so then we would openly, like in front of everybody, in front of all the adults and everybody speak about all sorts of stuff that we would never say in front of them, but they couldn't understand us. So there was like an excitement being able to speak openly without things that we couldn't say without anybody knowing. But this is a whole level more where people might think they understand, or like it's not just like speaking some made up language, but it's like actually having all these double meanings. And so only a couple people are able to understand the secret meaning behind it all. And that's how they communicate in Vraj, the Sakhīs. Okay.
Lol, she can run for president of the United States.
Yes.
Nobody understands what they're talking about. And usually you think they mean something, but it is, the action is different.
Yeah.
That's a little joke, sorry.
No problem. So Vishaka Devi is a supervisor of the 8 Sakhīs, beginning with Raṅgadevī, who can expertly converse about any subject matter. Of Madhavi, Malati, Chandrarekha, and other Sakhīs, and of the Sakhīs and maidservants entrusted to take care of Sri Radha's clothes. She is also the supervisor of the forest goddesses, the Vanadevis, who bestow joy and amuse everyone with their activities, and of the Sakhīs, beginning with Malika, entrusted to take care of trees that have flowers. Now we come to Champakalata. Champakalata is expert in supervising the messengers. She always conceals the intentions behind her actions and is most clever in logical speech. She reveals the inferiority of the opposing party and demonstrates the superiority of her own party by accomplishing tasks and by deftness. Champakalata is especially skilled in collecting fruits, flowers, and edible roots, as well as in how to use them. She is highly skilled in making objects out of clay just by cleverly using her hands. She is learned in testing the 6 kinds of tastes: sweet, sour, bitter, pungent, salty, and astringent, as well as in the scriptures that completely delineate the method of cooking, Suddha Shastra. She is known as Mishta Hasta, sweet hands, because she is skilled in using sugar candy to make sweets of various shapes. Champakalata is a supervisor of the sakhīs and maidservants who make different preparations from milk, of the 8 sakhīs beginning from Kurangakshi, and of the gopis who take care of the trees, creepers, bushes, and other vegetation of Raj. Now we come to Chitra. Sorry, I know I'm just rereading everything that we read yesterday, but I like to read it twice so that something might be able to stick. And I forget what I read very quickly, so that's why I'm doing it. Oops. Okay, so now Chitra. Chitra is skilled in all activities due to her remarkable dexterity. There are 6 expedients to arrange and nourish a rendezvous. Out of these 6, she is extremely skilled in the 3rd one, in Yana. And Yana was taking the side of in the argument, taking the side of what was it? Yana is to take the heroine's side while attacking the hero or the opposing party. So she's really good at that. Okay. These are interesting, that the 6 expedients employed by the Sakhīs to enhance the love between Nayak and Nayika, to arrange the meeting between Nayak, to arrange loving quarrels with or without cause between the couple, to take the heroine's side while attacking the hero of the opposing party, to remain inactive while keeping a sharp eye on the activities of both the hero and the Sakhīs of the opposing party, then to falsely surrender to the powerful party. To falsely surrender, does that mean to like anyways, Ashray, to take shelter of the strong party when being harassed by the enemy. All right. She is most talented in writing and expressing her heart's feelings with hints and signs, speaking in languages of many different countries, as well as recognizing the qualities of dishes made of honey, milk, and so forth by glancing just once upon them. She can skillfully make crystal vessels. She can masterfully play the different notes sare ga ma pa la ni sa on these crystal vessels filled with water to varying levels with the vibration she arouses in the vessels. She knows the scripture delineating astrology and is knowledgeable on how to protect and take care of animals and trees. She's especially skilled in preparing sherbets and other drinks. Shri Chitra Sakhī is a supervisor of the 8 famous Sakhīs beginning with Rasalika, of the Sakhīs and maidservants who prepare drinkables, and of the Sakhīs who always gather different medicinal herbs, and such, of those who protect trees without flowers, and also of those who take care of the forest area and various creepers and vines. I think this is where we left off yesterday, right? Yeah, we're gonna now read. Okay, so Tuṅgavidyā tu vidyanam ashtadasha tayangshita sandhavativa kushala Krishna Vishrambashalini. Haribo Archana Mataji. Okay, so Tuṅgavidyā is well versed in the 18 types of knowledge. And what are the 18 types of knowledge? Let's see. The 18 types of knowledge are Rigveda, Samaveda, Yajurveda, Atharvaveda, Shiksha, that means phonetics, Kalpa, it's ritual, Vyakaran, that's grammar, Nirukta, etymology, Jyotish, astrology and astronomy, Chanda, poetic meter, Mimamsa, Nyaya, Dharma Shastra, the Puranas, Ayurveda, Dhanurveda, Gandharva Veda, and Arthashastras, as mentioned in the Vishnu Puran. That's taken from my Gurudev's Hindi Bhagavad Gita. Okay, so Tuṅgavidyā is well versed in all those different types of knowledge. She is exceptionally skilled in arranging the meeting of the youthful divine couple. Shri Krishna has full faith in her. 1 second. Okay. Rasa Shastre Naye Natye Natakya-kya-yikadishu Sarva Gandharva Vidyayam Acharyakam Upagata Vishesham Argagitado Vinayantradi Pandita. Tuṅgavidyā, who holds the post of Acharya in the art of music, Gandharva Vidya, is most learned in the scriptures delineating ras in Rasa Shastra, also in moral conduct in Niti Shastra, and the art of dancing, Natya Shastra. She is expert in what's dramaturgy? Is that like in the science behind making dramas? I'm guessing. Dramaturgy is the theory and practice of dramatic composition. Studies of Shakespeare's dramaturgy. Okay. So she's expert in dramaturgy as well as in telling appropriate stories or instructive fabricated stories. She is especially skilled in singing according to ragas and raginis, and in playing on the veena and other musical instruments. So qualified. Manjume Radhā sakhīs ya ashto parikirtita ya dutya kushala sando shargunasya dime gune sangita rangashalayam ya sakhyo dhikritam gata mardangi kya kalavatyo nartaki pramukhashchaya vrindavanantarasteshu jaleshvadikritascha sakyascha jaladevyascha tatraisha dhyakshatam gata. Tuṅgavidyā Devi is in charge of the 8 famous sakhīs, headed by Manjumedha. Of the expert messengers accomplished in Sandhi, the first of the 6 expedients mentioned in connection with verse 117. I think Sandhi was arranging the meetings of Radha and Krishna, if I remember correctly. Now, of the hero and heroine. So she's in charge of those who arrange the meetings like that, and of the gopis who know how to sing, play musical instruments, dance, and perform plays. She is also the leader of the skillful gopis who know how to play mridanga, who know the 64 arts, and who know how to dance, as well as the sakhīs who collect water from the various rivers and springs of Vrindavan. Now we come to Indulekha. It's number 6. Let me just shut off Bluetooth because I think Lakshmi is trying to use my headphones. Indulekha bhaven malla nagatantrukta mantrake vigyanyasya cha mantrepi samudraka visheshavit. Indulekha knows well all of the incantations for controlling snakes mentioned in Nagatantra. Moreover, she is most skilled in using those incantations. She is especially conversant with Samudrika Shastra. That's the science of reading the auspicious and inauspicious features on a person's body. Haradi kumphane chitre dantaranjana karmani sarvaratna parikshayam pattadoradi kumphane lekhe sobhagya mantrasya kaushalam yarbhuje dritam anyonya ragamutpadya sobhagyam janayervaram. Indulekha makes many different kinds of necklaces and so forth, and she decorates teeth. Whoa, she decorates teeth. I wonder what that's like, what that looks like. She has in her fingertips the skills. She has in her fingertips the skills to test all kinds of jewels. to string silk ribbons, and to make magical amulets or diagrams containing mantras that bring good fortune. Ah, cool. She invokes Sri Radha's and Sri Krishna's loving attachment for each other, and thus expands supremely good fortune. Tuṅgavidyā tvasya sakhīsyu pratyanantara yastu sadharana dutyo dvayo palindikādaya tasam rahasya vartanam iyam bhajanatam gata alankareshu visheshu kosharaksha vidochaya sakyo dasye pyadikrita yascha vrindavanantare staleshvadikrita yascha tasvadyakshataya stita. Indulekha is the leader of the Sakhīs, headed by Tuṅgabhadra, and of some of Sri Radha's and Sri Krishna's general messengers, like Palindika, who carry messages back and forth. She is the leader of the gopis who know about secret conversations, of the Sakhīs appointed in making ornaments. And the Sakhīs appointed in making ornaments, making dresses, and protecting the treasury. And of the Sakhīs entrusted to take care of all the enchanting places of Vrindavan. Okay, now we come to number 7. I think twin sisters. I'm not sure if they're just sisters or twin sisters. I think they're twin sisters. At least they look very similar. People get them confused, mixed up with each other. So, Raṅgadevī. Raṅgadevī sadotunga avengita tarangini Krishna grepi priya sakhī narma kotu halotsuka. Raṅgadevī, who is always maddened by pride, is the personification of the waves of bodily gestures of hava, bhava, and ingita. She cleverly speaks in an indirect way. What is more, she's eager to joke and act playfully with Sri Radha in the very presence of Sri Krishna. She's not shy. Shar gunyasya gune turye yukti vaishishtyam ashrita Krishnasya karshanam mantram tapasa purvamiyushi. Raṅgadevī is expert in asan, in the asan, which is the 4th of the 6 sorry. Let me just move this mic here. All right. So Raṅgadevī is expert in asan, the 4th of the 6 expedients mentioned in verse 177. Oh, what was asan? I don't remember. Anyhow, and her logic is excellent. As a result of her austerities, she received a mantra to attract Sri Krishna. Vichitreshvangarageshu gandayukta vidochaya Kalakanti prabhritaya sakyoshtoya prakirtita sakyo dasye pyadikritva yascha dhupana karmani shishirengaradhari. Sorry, what is that? Shishirengaradhari nyasta partavapi Nyasta partavapi vijane aranyakeshu pashushu kesharishu mrigadishu saki prabhrittayo yascha tatraisha dhyakshatam gata. Raṅgadevī is the supervisor of the 8 Sakhīs, headed by Kalakanti, who are responsible for such services as painting flower decorations with fragrant substances, such as chandan on the body. And she is also the leader of the Sakhīs and maidservants who offer incense, of those who burn the fire in the cold season, and fan with chamar during the warm season, and of those Sakhīs and maidservants who watch over the animals in the jungle, such as lions and deer. Those who watch over the lions and the deer. Okay, now we come to her sister, Sudevī. Sudevī kesha sanskaram, priya sakhyastatanjanam, anga samvahanam chasya, kurvati parshvaga sada. Sudevī Sakhī always remains close to her dear Sakhī, Shri Radha. She adorns Shri Radha's hair. She applies black ointment, anjana, around her eyes, massages her body, and serves Shri Radha in other such ways. Sarika shuka shikshayam, noka kukutta khelane, bhuri shakuna shastre cha, pakshyadi ruta bodhane, chandrodayardra pushpadi, vanhi vidya vidavapi, udvartana visheshe cha, shushtu koshalamagata. Sudevī Sakhī is very expert in teaching the Shuka and Sari, the male and female parrot, to sing the divine couple's glories. She is also extremely skillful in boat pastimes, such as competing with persons who are experts in taking boats to deep water, or with persons who can ride their boats with great speed. Interesting. She's the one expert with boats. She expertly arranges competitions between cocks and she knows well the method of reading auspicious and inauspicious omens described in the scriptures delineating astrology, Shakuna Shastra. She understands very well the languages of animals and birds. She can understand bird language. She is expert in identifying the flowers blooming in moonlight. And she knows well how to keep fire ablaze under all circumstances, Agnividya. She is also skilled in making fireworks, lights, and other such things, as well as massaging with oil. I think that's interesting. She arranges competitions between cocks and also boats.
Cockfights.
Cockfights.
Yeah.
Gandu...
I guess introduced the rowing.
Yeah.
So now in Oxford and Cambridge.
Oh, really?
The rowing teams.
Gandusha kshipapatreshu genduke shayane picha ya kaveri mukha sakyas ta asya pratyanantara. Sudevī teaches Kaveri Mukha and other Sakhīs under her guidance how to use leaves to prepare spittoons used for spitting water after cleansing the mouth. It's a very specific skill. She also instructs them in making pillows and cushions out of flowers. Asanasya adhikare cha ya sakhyo dasyascha sammata pratipaksha dibhavanam ya jnanaya charanti cha dhurta pranidirupena nana vesha darastriya yascha pakshi shubhanyeshu chekeshva dikritastatha sakyascha vanadevyascha tatraisha dhyakshatam gata. Sudevī is the supervisor of the Sakhīs, maidservants, and forest goddesses who are engaged in preparing thrones for Shri Radha and Shri Krishna to sit on, who roam here and there to find out the thoughts of the gopis in the opposing party. So I guess kind of like spies. And who, according to need, behave cunningly and disguise themselves in various ways. The gopis protecting the forest birds such as parrots and cuckoo birds, and those who know the style of poetry called Chekanuprasa, It's a type of alliteration involving single repetitions of several consonants. They also act under Sudevi's supervision. Oh, that's the verse that I said yesterday. Let me say it again, just because I don't know, just because it's a fun verse. So Śrīla Rūpa Gosvāmī, he wrote, I think 4 verses using just a couple syllables for each verse. And so I memorized the first one. Rasasara sasauru, no, Rasasara sasaurur, asusari sasarasa, sangsarasira sorase, sarirangsu sasarasa. It only has 2 consonants in it, sa and ra, and then a bunch of vowels. But yeah. So Sudevī is very expert in that, I think. Single repetitions of several consonants. Oh, maybe that's something else, actually. I don't know. So those who know the style of poetry called Chekanuprasa, they also act under Sudevi's supervision. Okay, so she has a group of people who are expert in that kind of poetry under her supervision. Now we're going to go through the various characters of different sakhīs. Sakhinam vibhinna bhavaha. What time is it? 7:43. Okay. Ata shilpa niyogader vivriti kriyate dhuna. Now an account of the sakhīs' manifold qualifications in various arts is given. Vigrahe grahila sakhya pindakelir vitandika pundarika sita khandi charu chandi sudantika kuntita kalakhanti ramachi mechikadaya. Pindakeli vitandika pundarika sita khandi charu chandi sudantika akuntita kalakhanti ramachi mechika, and other sakhīs, they are insistent upon arranging loving quarrels, vigraha. The one I want to look up is asan. Couldn't remember which one that one is. But anyways, vigraha means arranging loving quarrels. Now we're going to go through each one of these sakhīs, it looks like. So, Pindakeli. Yeah, so this is an account of the sakhīs' manifold qualifications in various arts. So first is Pindakeli. Tamram shuka kantabha pindake nishchita gamam shlishtar vachana shotiryair vilajayanti madhavam. Vilajayanti, that means he makes him embarrassed. Madhav embarrassed. Let's see. Of these sakhīs, Pindaka, whose bodily complexion is enchanting, wears clothes of coppery red color. With a carefree heart, she embarrasses Madhav by speaking ambiguously. Now the sakhī named Vitandika. Haridrabha harichela harimitraniya gira Vitandika vitandabir nigrahai stanamanayet. Vitandika's bodily complexion is yellowish like the color of turmeric, and she also wears clothes of that same color, very yellow. In Sri Krishna's presence, she talks like his friends. She uses words that are vitanda, words that support her own party, which stop the sakhīs of the opposing party, and instead bring Sri Radha and her sakhīs to Sri Krishna. Now, the sakhī named Pundarika. Pundarika patam dhritva Pundarika jina chavi Pundarikanga bhatarjet Pundarikakshamagassi. Wow, it's Pundarika in every single line of this verse. Pundarika Sakhi's clothes and complexion are bright like a white lotus, a Pundarika. When her white lotus, when the lotus-eyed Pundarikaksha, no, I think Pundarika is just lotus. Okay. So when the lotus-eyed, the Pundarikaksha Shihari has committed some offense, she grabs hold of the border of his garment and heavily scolds him. Now, Sita Kandi. Sita, wait, I just want to read that though. When he's committed some offense, she grabs hold of the border of his garment and heavily scolds him. Where are you going? She grabs his cloth. Okay. Sita Kandi. Sita Kandi Tvisha Gori Namna Sitambara Sada Vakti Katinya Madhuryat Sita Kanditya Hare. Gauri Sakhi's complexion is like the color of a peahen. She wears white clothes all the time. She uses words that appear harsh, but they're actually sweet. And that is why Shri Krishna calls her Sita Kandi. What does Sita Kandi mean, though? Do you know Archana Mataji? The meaning of Sita Kandi? No. Arivo Chatamai Mataji. Okay.
No, Prabhu. I don't.
Okay. No problem. Okay. Oh, it explains right here. So the word Sita, Haribo Chatamai. So the word Sita means sugar candy, which by nature is hard and sharp. The meaning is that even though sugar candy feels hard within the mouth, when it goes down in the throat and in the stomach, it cools the body and reveals its sweetness. In the same way, Gauri Sakhi externally seems to speak harsh words, but within her heart, she is sweet and gentle. This is why she is known as Sita Kandi. Okay, now Charu Chandi. The Sakhi Charu Chandi. Sita Charu Chandi Bhaginyasya Bringasyama Tadit Pata Charu Chanda Taya Vacham Charu Chanditi Bhanyate. Sita Kandi's sister is Charu Chandi. Her complexion resembles a blackish, a sham bee, and her attire is golden like lightning. Externally, she seems very pleasing to one's mind, but because she actually uses unbearable words, she is known as Charu Chandi. Charu means lovely, and Chandi is an enraged woman, a lovely enraged woman. So I guess the sisters are kind of similar in that way, being a little bit harsh. But their skin color is completely different. Gauri Sakhi's complexion is like the color of a peahen, and Charu Chandi's complexion is like a blackish bee. Okay, so now Sudantika. Sudantika Shri Shabha Kuruntaka Nibhambara Karotujvalam Apyesha Patavai Rasamujvalam. Sorry, Rasamujavalam. Sudantika Sakhi's complexion resembles the color of the yellowish-white Shirisha flower, and her dress is yellowish like the Kurantaka flower. By her sharp words, she magnifies the sweetness of Ujjvala Ras, the radiant amorous mellow. Seems like they all have a bit of harshness in them, cutting words. Akuntita. Akuntitabja Kandabha Vishakhanda Sitambara Aga Krishna Yavashti Swasamaja Samriddhaye. Akuntita Sakhi's bodily luster resembles the color of the stalk of a lotus flower, and her dress is white like the lotus flower's cobweb roots. She reveals Shri Krishna's offenses to increase the pleasure of the gopis in her own group. She's the revealer of Krishna's offenses. There's lots of examples of that, like the whole pastime of Radha-Kṛṣṇa and Shyamakund, right? All the gopis say, "Oh, get away from us! Don't touch us! You killed a bull, so you've become full of sins," and like that. So, yeah, this one is especially expert in revealing Krishna's offenses. Kalakanti. Kalakanti Puli Pushpa Varnakshiro Dakambara Vashti Gandharvika Manam Yaharis Chatu Kankshaya. Kalakanti Sakhi's bodily complexion resembles that of the kuli flower. Her dress is white, like the color of a mixture of milk and water. Interesting. So it's like kind of like see-through, like white but see-through-ish. She reveals Sri Radha's jealous anger to She reveals Sri Radha's jealous anger to Sri Hari and advises him to beg for her forgiveness. Ramachi. God, these birds are so annoying. Okay. I don't think you can hear because I have noise suppression on. Ramachi is the daughter of Sri Lalita's wet nurse. Interesting. Wait, did I read the Sanskrit there? I think I did. Ramachi Lalita Dhatra Putri Gori Shukam Shuka Yaya Hari Durva Chobir Uddhave Parihasyate. Okay, so Ramachi is the daughter of Sri Lalita's wet nurse. Her bodily luster is golden, and she wears clothes resembling the color of a male parrot. She feels unsurpassed joy by insulting Sri Krishna with joking, harsh words. See, they all have this in common. They're all just like embarrassing him and chastising him, and every one of these sakhis. Mechika. Pinda Pushpa Ruchi Pandu Dukula Mechika Sada Krishnasya Kurute Vyaktam Agastasye Vayagira. Mechika's complexion resembles the reddish pinda flower, and she wears yellow garments all the time. She unfolds Sri Krishna's faults from his spoken words. What was this category called again? I just want to see again. Okay, so these were various characters of different sakhis. Okay, that's all it said. But they didn't have, okay. But yeah, every one of these sakhis are very haughty. Okay, now we come to the messengers, the dutya. Vrinda Vrindarika Mela Muralya Das Tuduttika Kunjadi Samskrita Bhigya Vriksha Yurveda Kovida Vashikrita Stanavara Vayosnehena Nirbhara Gaurangyash Chitravasana Vrinda Tasu Variyasi. Vrinda, Vrindarika, Mela, Murali, and other gopis are called messengers. They're called dutis. They are all remarkably skilled in decorating beautiful forest bowers and other such places to arrange Sri Radha's and Sri Krishna's meetings. They are also extremely deft in identifying medicinal roots and herbs and in Ayurveda. The messengers have authority over all the topmost places. They are filled with affection for Sri Radha and Sri Govinda. Their bodily complexions are golden, and they wear multicolored garments. Vrinda is the foremost amongst them. Okay, so it's getting close to time to stop. I think maybe we should stop here. Yeah, okay, so tomorrow we're going to read all about the topic of messengers. First are the messengers who arrange loving quarrels between Sri Radha and Sri Krishna. Then there are the messengers who mentions all their names. Then the sakhis belonging to the second division, the mandala. Oh yeah, remember all the different groups. Okay, Lalita sakhīs, Vishaka sakhīs, Champaglata sakhīs, Chitra sakhīs, Tuṅgavidyā sakhīs, Indulekha sakhīs, Raṅgadevī sakhīs, Sudevī sakhīs. And then the names of Sri Radha's 8 sakhis according to the Sun Mohan Tantra. Interesting. Names of the 8 sakhis mentioned in another part of the Sun Mohan Tantra. So they have multiple names. And then that's how this section ends. The Brihad Bhag. And then, so I think tomorrow we will complete this Brihad Bhag. And then we'll continue on with the Lagu Bhag, is it called? Yeah, the Lagu Bhag, which has descriptions of Krishna's form, qualities, sweetness, and so forth. I think it also describes Krishna's friends and Krishna's servants and the different features on Krishna's hands and feet and Radharani's hands and feet, if I remember correctly. Yeah, so. All right, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur, Hari Bol. And Jai Shri Guru Raṅgadevī Giridhari Shri Shri Radha Vinod Bihari Ju Ki Jai, Shri Govinda Gopinath Maran Mohan Ju Ki Jai, Nityalala Pravishtam Vishnupad Srila Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj Srila Gurudev Ki Jai, Nityalala Pravishtam Vishnupad Srila Bhaktivedanta Vaman Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai, Nityalala Pravishtam Vishnupad Ashita Rashita Shishmar Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai, Nityalala Pravishtam Vishnupad Ashita Rashita Shishmar Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai, Nityalala Pravishtam Vishnupad Ashita Rashita Shishmar Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada Ki Jai, Nityalala Pravishta Maha Bhagavat Srila Gorksharas Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai, Nityalala Pravishta Srila Satchidananda Bhakti Vinod Thakur Ki Jai, Nityalala Pravishta Vaishnav Sarvabhauma Srila Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai, Shri Rupanu Gauriya Guru Varga Ki Jai, Shri Rup Sanatan Bhatta Raghunath Shri Jeev Gopal Bhattadasa Raghunath Shar Goswami Prabhu Ki Jai, Shri Sarup Damodar Rai Ramanandari Shri Gaur Parshad Vrinda Ki Jai, Namacharya Shri Haridas Thakur Ki Jai, Prem Se Kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai, Shri Kshetra Mandala Gora Mandala Vraja Mandala Mathura Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai, Sarva Abhishta Pradati Giriraj Maharaj Ki Jai, Shri Rādhā-Kṛṣṇa-gaṇoddeśa-dīpikā Ki Jai, Shri Munadevi Gaṅgadevī Ki Jai, Shri Tulsi Maharani Vrindadevi Ki Jai, Shri Bhakti Devi Ki Jai, Shri Purnamasi Yogamaya Ki Jai, Shri Gopeshwar Mahadev Ki Jai, Shri Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai, Shri Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Vrindai Tulsi Devai Priyai Keshavascha Krishna Bhakti Pradadevi Satyavadai Namo Vanchakalpatarubhyashta Kripa Sindhu Bhyayavacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Dandavat pranams, everybody. Let's see. Sarveshwari Mataji, Satya Mataji, Archana Mataji, Nrihari Prabhu, Bhavatarani Mataji, Chattamai Mataji, Anadi Krishna Prabhu, Champak Mataji, Sarveshwari Mataji, Hare Krishna, Hare Bol. And let's see, on YouTube and Facebook, Krishna Mai Didi, Vidya Lalasa Didi, and a few other devotees. I see your name if you write a comment. All right, thank you so much for joining. Oh, I almost forgot. We should read Srila Prabhupada's diary entry for today. So the day before yesterday was Janmashtami. Then yesterday was Srila Prabhupada's appearance day for him when he was on the Jaladutta. But he didn't write anything on that day. Right? The 21st was his appearance day. Now, today is the 22nd. So, or for those of you in America, it's still the 21st, isn't it? So right now, it's Srila Prabhupada's appearance day on the Jaladutta. Now, Sunday, 22nd August. Srila Prabhupada writes, at about 10 a.m., we are now in the dockyard of Cochin. The dock is peculiar because it is by nature full of small islands. Some of the islands are full with nice, what's that word? Hutments, formerly known as British Islands. I saw my books from Bombay arrived in 5 cases, and the agents loaded them onto the ship at 4 p.m. on 22/8/65. The agent, Mrs. Jairam and Sons, I guess, or no, MS Jairam and Sons, sorry, kindly sent their car for my driving in the city. Out of the group of islands, 2 big islands joined by an iron overbridge. They are known as Cochin and Ernakulam. The iron overbridge was constructed by the Britishers very nicely along with railway lines. The railway line is extended up to the port. There are many flourishing foreign firms and banks. It is Sunday. The bazaar was closed. I saw a peculiar kind of plantain available in this part of the country. The island known as Cochin is not an up-to-date city. The roads are like narrow lanes. The part of the city where the foreigners are residing are well situated. The buildings, factories, etc., all big and well maintained. The Mohammedan quarters are separate from the Hindu quarters, as usual in other Indian cities. The part known as Ernakulam is up to date. There's a nice park on the bank of the Gulf, and it is named Subhas Bose Park. It is good that Subhash Babu is popular in this part of the country. I saw the Kerala High Court and the public buildings. The High Court being situated in Ernakulam, it appears that the city is the capital of Kerala. This official Bhadra, 31 days, 1887 Shaka part of India, resembles the Bengal scenario. And the city of Ernakulam, also Cochin, appears to me like old Kalighat or Taliganj area of Kolkata. The culture is Indian as usual. All right, so that was his diary entry for today. Jai Ho, Jai Śrīla Prabhupada Ki Jai. All right, Hare Krishna, everybody. That's our program for today. Does anybody have anything they want to mention before I end today's stream? All right, see you all tomorrow. Jai Shri Radhe.
Thank you, Radhe Radhe.
Thank you, Radhe Radhe Satyamataji. Hare Krishna. Oh, wait, let me just quickly check YouTube and Facebook.